I binge watched most of the anime from this season already. Binge watched it as much as I could watch. I couldn't play any games, couldn't make any gameplay videos because Bandai didn't want to fucking give me a code, and I couldn't play fucking Jump Force, and I couldn't make any other video because there's no fucking games out or anything like that. I could do anything I wanted to do. Wait. I'm getting off track.
Ice, drip, white, wrist, bad, bitch, she, fit, whoa, yeah, hey.
Guys, we are 3 going on 4 weeks into the fall season, and over the weekend I probably wasted the full 24 hours watching anime. And I'm gonna make this a 2-parter. One is when all the anime is in their early stages, and then one where they're all finished at the end of the season. I waited 3 weeks so that I could at least have 2 to 3 episodes to watch, so I can get a good gist of the show. I'm gonna talk about, I didn't watch all of them, of course, what the fuck. I watched most of them, so I'm gonna talk about the good ones that I thought that would last, because we all know a little tiny plot hole could turn into a big plot hole and then become freaking Darling in the Franxx. So first, we're gonna talk about the 3 mains. Alright, so we have Sword Art, Goblin Slayer, and Tokyo Ghoul Re Season 2. Out of all the fall season anime, Sword Art Online is the first anime I watched out of all of them, and I gotta say, I'm looking forward to see what they're doing, because low-key, when I watched the episode, I was like, when I was watching Sword Art Online, it was good. I like Sword Art Online, alright? Then I watched Gungao, and I was like, and out of all of these, I'm only gonna spoil the first episode, so you don't like get spoiled out of the entire thing. I think after the events of the Agama, I think from the movie, I think that's what it's called, the Agama, Kirito gets a job, and this my nigga is out here cripping it, and he's basically testing another type of nerve gear. I don't know what they call them. They got so many names for this shit. It's like a dream, so you don't remember anything when you come out, you don't remember anything from your life when you go in. So it's basically literally 2 separate things, so just like a dream. I like how they started it off with him inside of the little device. When I was watching, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, I was like, is he a kid? Is he not a kid? Are they in medieval times? Did they reboot the show? Is everything just gone? So I thought that was a pretty cool thing, and then he came out of the sleep, and I was like, oh, and then they started to explain everything, which is pretty cool. And then and my man's Kirito is coming over to our side. He's coming to America. He asked Azuna if she wanted to come with him to America. You know, she said yeah, because she's a fucking ride or die. And I think that one nigga from Gungao with the little, he had a death gun, and he fucking stabbed Kirito, and nigga ends up back in the dream, or so to speak. They did a really good job of making it seem like it wasn't a game, that it was something different, because I can't really, when I explain it to somebody, I'm like, yeah, he goes back into the dream, or is it a game? Or is it a dream? Like he did in the show. So I was like, wow, they did actually a good job of doing that. You don't know if they're AIs in the game dream, whatever the fuck. You don't know whether they're AIs or actual people. So it's like kind of confusing. And like always, Kirito is over fucking powered. You guys already heard me talk about Tokyo Ghoul Re Season 2 and Goblin Slayer in the videos that I put out. I'm still gonna do more Goblin Slayer videos. So Goblin Slayer is good, yeah. So now Tokyo Ghoul, on the other hand, the first episode was dog shit. The second episode I haven't watched yet. I'm gonna watch it when episode 3 comes out so that I can live react to it, so I can put them both together and make a 10-minute ass video. Now this show I think is super fucking entertaining. I don't know why it's so entertaining, but it's like one of those animes you would never expect to be entertaining, because the first half of the first episode was like kind of weird, so you didn't want to like, you would kind of click off before you get the rest. But it's that one that I couldn't pronounce, tensei, shitara, slime, dakedo, whatever, all right, whatever the fuck the name is. The time I got reincarnated as a slime. It's basically about a 30-year-old dude who's big chilling in the world. He's content with his job, content with his life, has a nice life, all that other shit. And the only thing that he is not content with is him being a fucking virgin. But yeah, he's big chilling. He's meeting up with his, I guess, a young adult that looks up to him. I guess he's like his mentor or something like that. I guess a 20-year-old dude or whatever. He is getting married to this one chick, so he's trying to show him off to his mentor, and he's like all happy and shit. And they're walking down the street, and a nigga is dead ass trying to kill the little apprentice nigga. The main character shoves him out of the way and goes straight stab. And as he's dying, there's a little, I guess, AI that's registering all the things that he hates. So while he was bleeding out, he was like, it's cold, and then it was like, oh, you don't like the cold? You never have to experience cold again. It hurts. You'll never feel pain. You know, he regens, all that other shit. Then spawns, and then this nigga's like, what the fuck am I? He turns to slime. All right, he turns to a slime in another world. All right, I thought he'd be a regular ass guy, but if he got his arm cut off, he would just slink that bitch back on because he's slime. But no, he's actually a little slime ball That's where most niggas click off. What the fuck is that? All right, he turned into a little slime ball. I was like, okay, I'm interested. Let's keep going. He's basically the most overpowered fucking slime on the planet. All right, he can regen. He can absorb anything, literally anything, any size. He can just eat it and then get his skill from it. This nigga is the most powerful slime on the planet. He eventually gets a form. We're not at the episode yet, but he eventually gets a form. I saw that in the opening. He looks like a fucking girl, but I do it at the same time. But yeah, and he meets this dragon. The dragon's pretty funny. I thought it was a pretty funny and entertaining show. So if you guys want to watch something like that, I think it's a fun watch. Now, this is a show that I feel like is gonna be my favorite show out of this season. Double Decker, Doug and Kirill. If you guys haven't seen Tiger and Bunny, which is a show they made a long time ago. It's about like these superheroes that are sponsored by different companies like Pepsi and shit. Like they're on TV. They're like kind of stars. They're like kind of actors, but they actually save the world. They actually fight crime. I thought that was a really fucking amazing show. All right, and they finally made a different show. All right, and it's basically Tiger and Bunny Detective Edition. All right, they're detectives. A guy named Kirill looks like a girl, but also a guy at the same time. And then he got his partner, Doug. All right, and they're basically detectives trying to find drugs and stop crimes and stuff like that. So there's this drug out that's called Anthem. Anthem is basically you slap it on your neck, you become Loki overpowered, you get superpowers, you can start, you know, basically you're over fucking powered. And they have these little capsules that gives like an antidote for it. After watching the episodes that are out right now, it's been out so long, there's already a fucking dub for it. It feels like when you watch it, it feels just like Tiger and Bunny. If you haven't watched Tiger and Bunny, you're missing fucking out, okay? That one's about to be fucking lit. I already know it is. On to Rerided. It's a story about a kid who's a sorcerer. It's a shonen, all right? So you know what you're about to expect. And there's a whole race of people that are called sorcerers that, you know, have powers and shit. And Seth wants to become the most powerful sorcerer and save human lives. Everybody hates him. All right, he's a misfit kid. All right, everyone hates that nigga, and he's just trying to, you know, get by and like kill fucking these giant monsters. I forgot what they're called. I think they're just called enemies. I don't know, for villains or whatever. And there's giant ass fucking enemies and that shoot beams out of their eyeballs. You know, I didn't really get far on it. You get the gist. All right, he's trying to be a pro. Everyone hates them niggas. All right, even though they save their lives every fucking day, the people hate them niggas regardless if they save their lives or not. They hate them. I'm gonna continue to watch it. I mean, like, I don't know what else to say, but that's basically the gist of the show. All right, and then we got like USS. I'll put it up on the screen. Basically, it's a war between England and France. It takes back in that time, and there's a nigga and then a couple other girls that like him, but he doesn't give the same like back. They all want to be friends, fucking use magic and shit because he's low-key weak as shit. Everyone else, or one of the chicks, is pro as fuck, OD'd and shit. You know, I didn't really get far in that one. I don't know what the fuck I'm about to do with that one, honestly, dead ass. If you want to watch it, go ahead and fucking watch it. Let me just get all of the fucking, the ones that are there, but are not there, okay? There's one that's called, I don't fucking know. I'm putting it up on the screen. They live in the future, and her grandma decides to send her back to 2018, I guess, to regain her color. She arrives, and then, long story short, she meets this dude who draws, and that's the only color she sees is in his drawing. That's as far as I got. And there's a little bit of magic in the world, so. Release the spice. Now, I'm going to watch this show, guaranteed. It's about a couple of girls, I think like 5, and they're fucking OP as shit. They eat these spices, and their abilities are enhanced, and they start fighting crime. That's all I'm telling you. That's all there is, low-key. And there's just one girl, the main girl. She has the ability to lick you or touch you with her mouth and know all of your stats, your vitals, all that shit, your emotions. They decided to put her on the team. Now that was the first episode. But they got some cool action scenes. Good choreography. Her dad died and he was a cop, so she wants to be a cop. So she wants to fight crime, but they fight crime, but they're above the law. I just realized I'm doing a shit job explaining these. And then the last but not least, my sister and I are light novel authors. It's not what you expect. I looked at it. I didn't read. I don't know why. I never read the synopsis, bro. It looks like a guy and a girl, right? To be honest, you would think, I'm pretty sure anybody would think that they were brother and sister. I didn't, all right? I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I thought it was just a random girl, okay? A guy is trying to be a light novel author. And so he's writing a lot of light novels, so like more action type. He's applying to different light novel competitions so he can win first prize and then become an author and shit like that. He listens to this one light novel that's called In Love with My Brother So Much That I Can't Cope. And the one who created that was his fucking sister. Like, act like any normal sister would, man. Protective and shit. And you already know she likes him from jump. She wants him to take her place and say he's the author of the light novel. There's a whole bunch of titty bitches. They didn't say ecchi in the categories, but it's there, alright, okay? Those are the animes that just caught my eye, okay? That's not all of them. There's a couple of sports ones, there's a couple of more shonen ones, and then there's fucking bored. Hopefully I'll do a better job of explaining all of these once more episodes come out. As long as none of these animes mess up like Darling in the Franxx did, we're good.